When new technologies are invented, they often provide many new ways of thinking and doing things. For example, how have smartphones changed the way we live and work, or tablets, or even the internet? However, one problem we have as humans is that often we can't imagine very well the new possibilities available from new technologies. So instead we use them just to do the same things we have always done before. Teachers struggle with this too. We often teach the way we were taught and struggle to think of how we could teach better based on the technologies we have that our teachers did not have.
So, what do we as teachers use to help us understand how to integrate technology into our classroom? And this is called technology integration frameworks. So, what is a teacher to do to make sure that they are utilizing technology in their classroom as they should? In response to this, there have been several frameworks developed to help the teacher assess their technology use in the classroom. In this presentation, we're going to look at a few of these frameworks. The first we're going to look at is the level of teaching innovation. It provides a flowchart to aid in understanding, used to assess authentic classroom technology use, and is a balance between instruction, assessment, and use of technology. Conceptualized in 1994 as a research tool to assess authentic classroom technology use, the LOTE framework focuses on the delicate balance between instruction, assessment, and effective use of digital tools and resources to promote higher order thinking, engage student learning, and authenticate assessment practices within the classroom. So what are the pros and cons of the LOTE? Well, the pros are that it has a flowchart format which aids the teacher in understanding how they are utilizing technology and helps them understand at what level they are. And it also provides several levels to help the teacher move through the use of technology in their classroom. A con, however, can also be that it is a flowchart. As a flowchart, it can be confusing as to where the teacher should go for their next step in understanding their use of technology. The next framework we're going to look at is the SAMR model. The substitution, augmentation, modification, redefinition model offers a method of seeing how computer technology might impact teaching and learning. It shows a progression that often the teacher follows as they progress how they are teaching and learning with technology. The pros to this model are that it provides level to allow for understanding and provides a basis for you to evaluate as the teacher as how you're using the technology. One might argue that the activities leaves much for interpretation, so there could be a misunderstanding at what level the teacher is within the model. A third framework we're going to look at is the TPACK. It is the most commonly used, and it focuses on content, pedagogy, and technology. It allows for consideration of the interrelationship of the three areas. This model can be a bit confusing based upon your understanding of each level. The TPACK has a great understanding for all levels, and it does take into consideration all levels of learning. The cons to the TPACK are, however, that it's low in detail, and as a beginner is starting the consideration of use of technology in their classroom, I feel like they need more information than you can gain from the TPACK. The next framework we're going to look at is the RAT model or the RAT model. It is similar to the SAMR, however, a bit simpler. This framework can be used by teachers to develop their lesson plans, to allow for the use of iPads, laptops, and other forms of technology that students are given or bring to the classroom, and not just technology as distractions. It is similar to the more well-known SAMR, but a little simpler. It allows teachers to take more baby steps. Some of the pros of the WRAP model include that it is simple to understand, and it has some direct explanations of what it means for use of technology in the classroom. However, some of the cons would include that there would be gaps in information, and it leaves a lot up to interpretation. So for a beginner at technology integration, this may not be the best model to choose. The final framework we're going to look at is the technology integration matrix. The best part about this matrix is that it's in a rubric form, and we as teachers are very familiar and comfortable with the rubric form. What I like best about this one is it describes targets for technology use and provides characteristics for 5 levels of technology use. As a teacher, especially of special needs students, it is important that I have a lot of information to help them understand where they're going, and this framework really provides that information. The TIM, as this framework is known, has some pros and cons. The pros is it gives more information to aid in the understanding, and it also is great support to a teacher who is in the new mindset of integrating technology into their classroom. One of the cons is that there's an awful lot of print on the page, and to some teachers it can be a bit overwhelming and help them shut down with accepting the new technology use in their classroom. Why this model would be most helpful for my needs is that it does aid with the understanding, and it gives examples. Most of my day is driven by what other teachers are doing, so integrating technology into my classroom has to be on a level that will help me meet the needs of my students, but also support teachers in their instruction of my special needs students. So how can I use the TIM in my classroom? Well, it can help me determine where we are as students and teachers. It will help my students understand that we need them to go to the next level with their use of technology and not just looking for an answer. And it will also help me challenge my students for upward progress in their learning as a special needs student. As teachers, it is important that we embrace the use of technology because technology is the future, and the students are very familiar with these technologies, and we as teachers need to become as familiar. These frameworks will be our key to taking our students to their future.